Hey guys, Witterson, part 2.
Two.
You ready for this? Today we're going to talk about order of operations and evaluating expressions. Sit down, we're starting now.
Hey, you're going to want to grab your calculator. So if you don't have it, you're going to need to pause this video and go get it.
And a pencil. Pencil.
And the notes.
Yeah,
All right,
got
so
it.
grab those notes and we're getting started.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we are talking about powers, exponents, and bases here. So we're going to be talking about this. Well, I can't point. You have the pen.
I got it.
So when we're talking about a power has two parts, a base and an exponent. The base is the big number. The exponent is the little teeny tiny number out to the side. And that tells you,
It's there.
and it tells you how many times you are being raised to that power. So for example, this one is 2 to the third power, and it means 2 times 2 times 2. It's a no-brainer. We've been doing this since 6th grade. Now, to simplify it, you simply do the math.
There you go. Remember, you just break it down. If you don't have the calculator, 2 times 2 is 4, and then times 2 again.
So 2 to the third power is 8.
On it.
Okay. All right, so let's simplify powers. Now we're going to ask you guys to show your work. Showing your work means you're going to show me, meaning Witterson, all of the math steps that you have to do. So in number A, it says 10 to the 5th power. So how many times am I multiplying 10?
So the base is 10.
Base is 10.
Multiply it 5 times.
5 times by itself. It's not 10 times 5. It's 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10.
On it.
5 tens. All right, so showing your work is what Wit just did. Then you use that calculator, type it in. I will do the same. Let's see how you turn this bad boy on. 10 caret 5.
Caret
equals-
button looks like an upside down V. Okay, that's called a caret button. We don't know why. Google it. Probably tells you why.
But again, I could have just done 10 times 10 times 10 times. I could have done that. Anyways, I got 100,000.
Let's see.
Boom.
100,000.
Gosh, we're smart today.
We are. It's good.
All right, let's do number B, 0.2, also known as 2/10, to the 4th power. So that is,
So the biggest thing here, guys, is making sure that you put the 0.2. Okay, it's not 2. 0.2.
one thing that I really like to do is put that 0 in front of it, because that way I know that that point is there, because there are several of you that will touch the paper with your pencil, and by golly, that pencil will not make a mark. So if you put that 0 there, it will help you. And it will also tell us that, hey, there's a decimal there.
Got it.
All right, so 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2, and I got 0.2 caret 4, 0.0016.
There you go.
Done. Awesome.
Okay.
Easy to simplify, especially when you got this bad boy.
Yep.
Next page.
Maybe. There we go.
Here we go. All right.
Yeah, key concepts, order of operations. We've all heard about order of operations. This right here, guys, is the fancy book terminology for what the order of operations is. Okay, perform any operations, groups first, so that's parentheses, brackets, yada yada. And then you go to powers, and then down to multiply and divide. It says left to right, meaning whatever you see first, that's what you do first. So we say multiply then divide, but if you come across division first, then you do that. And then add and subtract comes last.
All right, so the way that most people learn order of operations is right down here where it says PEMDAS. Now, I feel, and those of you who had me last year, I feel like this is a pretty exclusive, and it's not really very nice to other grouping symbols.
I've heard this rumor. You told me this rumor.
Yeah,
before.
like brackets or the little squiggles. I'm sure they have a better name. So I prefer to say,
It's called braces, by the way.
oh, like on your teeth? I prefer to say GEMDAS, so that we are more inclusive of other grouping symbols.
So a G.
A G. So it's not, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It would be, geez, excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Throw you a little shade there.
That's good. You should be embarrassed.
Well,
Okay.
okay.
We got it. G's. Excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
All right. So we're now going to apply those order of operations in a numerical expression in number 2. All right. So number 2 says, what is the simplified form of each expression? Guys, when it says simplified form, it means figure out the answer.
Solve it.
Figure it out. So in part A, what obviously are we going to do first? We're going to start with
G.
G, grouping symbols. Do we have some? Yes. I see parentheses, 9 minus 3. So I'm going to do that first. 6. Copy the rest of the problem.
6 squared divided by 4.
Okay, now the first part is gone. We're not looking at that anymore. I'm looking at only 6 squared divided by 4. There's no more grouping symbols.
Correct?
Next comes E, exponents. I see 6 squared, so I'm going to solve 6 squared. 6 times 6 is 36.
Yep.
Copy that.
I agree.
You do?
Mhm.
All right. Then we're going to copy the rest of the problem. Now we're working ourselves down. 36 divided by 4. Now here's where this is great. It goes GEMDAS, grouping symbols, exponents, multiplication, division, whichever comes first, left to right in the problem. Well, I don't see any multiplication here, so I'm going to go ahead and do division.
Okay.
So 36 divided by 4 is 9. It's 9. If you don't,
I was like, that was fast.
I know.
Okay.
I got 9 too. Wow.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
So guys, I just like to write it like this as well, and I'll put a little arrow on top of the MD and AS, just reminding me that it goes left to right.
Mm-hmm.
Is it, I don't know.
Well, yeah, is it backwards? Were
For
we
them?
going left to right? Will you tell us tomorrow? Tell us tomorrow.
Yeah, let us know. Okay, one question. Suppose the parentheses weren't there. So let's just magically erase this. And what if the, again, parentheses weren't there? Would you still solve it the same way?
Well, if the parentheses go away, then I don't have any parentheses, so I automatically move on to, wow, I love the neon.
I know, I hope they can see it.
Yeah. So there's no parentheses, so I don't do parentheses. I move all automatically on to exponents. I would have to do 3 squared. Actually, it would probably be negative 3 squared.
It would be,
So,
but it's not parentheses.
no.
So it'd be 9 minus 9 divided by 4. 9 minus 9, 0. 0 divided by 4.
Nothing.
Well, it's not
Undefined.
9.
Yeah.
Okay?
Whatever. We would
Perfect.
get a different answer.
So the symbols matter. The groups matter. G's matters.
It does.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's look at number B. All right, 2 to the 5th plus the quantity of 11 plus 14 divided by 5.
Okay, what do we do first?
Well, in G's excuse my dear Aunt Sally,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do the grouping symbols,
Okay.
which are those parentheses. 11 plus 14 is what, 25?
On it.
Got it. I did that in my head, guys.
Like
Mm.
you I know, you can't
It's
see
hard.
that. Sorry, dudes.
Okay.
2 to the 5th
2 to the 5th.
plus 25 divided by 5.
Now, notice how wit is just copying everything straight down. It's if you copy down, everything will stay nice and neat, and you won't get confused. And some of you guys your work gets all weird. Just copy straight down. All right. Next step is exponents. Do we see any exponents?
I do.
Right there. 2
2
to
to
the
the
5.
So 2, caret button 5.
2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Wow. I don't really know what that is off the top of my head. I'm going to go ahead and use this. 2
2
caret
caret
5. 32.
Perfect. So 32 plus 25
Copy down
divided by 5. Guys, don't take shortcuts here. Write it down every single time.
every single time.
Next.
Okay, so now I see addition and then I see a division problem. I know order of operations, I have to do multiplication division
Yep.
next.
First. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do 25 divided by 5.
Which
It's-
is?
It's 5.
I got that one.
Copy down. 32 plus 5. Easy peasy. It's 37.
Got it. No Espanol on that one?
No. 37.
Show off.
I know.
Okay. Down here, this looks a little bit more challenging, but I believe in us, okay?
Yeah.
How do you simplify an expression that contains a fraction? Okay.
Spoiler alert, you do the same thing.
Same thing. Hopefully our faces aren't going to get in the way here. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
have 4 plus 3/4. Put
3/4. 3 to the 4th?
Yeah, 3 to the 4th power. Put that in parentheses, okay? Then this bar magically becomes your division sign.
Well, a fraction bar is a divide.
Same thing. Then put this together too. Just make sure that you keep the groups together with your G's expression, okay?
Could I also just leave it on top and bottom or not?
Yeah, you could.
Okay. All right, so
Sure.
well, I guess then that's going to change the division though.
Yeah.
Hold on. We need to converse. Sorry about the pause.
Back.
We are correct.
'Kay.
Okay. So, now we're going to move forward. Going to do those grouping symbols first. Now, here's what's awesome. I've got order of operations inside the order of operations.
You got it.
So,
Magic.
inside that first one, I've got 3 to the 4th. I have to do 3 to the 4th first.
Mm-hmm.
So, 3 to the 4th power is 81.
You keep it as 4 plus. Color coding for you. I changed the 81.
Awesome. Copy everything
else
down.
Stays the same.
I hope we're not writing on our heads.
I know.
All right, so then we do whatever is inside the parentheses still. 4 plus 81, 85. And 7 minus 2.
Okay, guys, you can go ahead and do this at the same time. Doesn't affect the other.
Right. 7 minus 2 is 5. And then we're left with 85 divided by 5, which
Grab your
is...
calculator. It's your tool. Use it.
Yep. 17. Hey, guys, here's a little tip. Calculator is only as smart as the person working it, so make sure you know what to do. Your calculator can't do order of operations for you. You have to tell it what to do.
Right. Guys, if you just plug this in, we're not accepting that.
Not going to work.
Okay? You have to show us all your work.
All right. Awesome. Man, we're not 10 minutes in.
Okay.
All right. Evaluating
Get up.
algebraic expressions. Guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to plug in values for x and y. Evaluating, you're solving. If it's giving you an algebraic expression that means it has a variable in it, we're going to take out all the x's, and what are we going to put in place? A 3.
A 3 in this case. So I just wrote the keyword plug and chug, just like Rich just said. Okay? Plug in what it gives you, chug away, meaning just solve it.
Awesome. Let's start on A. So instead of x squared, it's going to be 3 squared. I got the 3 from the directions that told me that x is equal to 3. 2 times 3, again, x is equal to 3. So I took out the x and plugged in a 3. Divided by 16 equal, oh no, it's not equal. It's divided by y, which is 4 squared.
So again, what I put in the red is what we just plugged in. Okay? Everything else is the same.
So we are going to solve this, and I'm going to ask that you solve it. I'm going to pause the video, or I'm going to ask you to pause, solve, see if you get the same thing as us. Go ahead and pause now. Okay,
All right.
final answer?
What was that? Okay.
Good job, guys. 16.
Nice job.
All right, let's look at B. X plus y, or the quantity of x plus y squared. So we're going to take out the x, and what are we going to put there? A 3. We're going to take out the y. We're going to put in a 4. Keep it in parentheses. And then we're going to square the whole thing. So first comes parentheses, then comes exponents. Solve it on your own. Pause the video. See if you get it right. Okay.
Alrighty.
7 plus, so it's going to be 7 squared, 49.
49.
Boom sauce. Awesome.
Love it.
We got to pick up the pace. Almost done, guys. All right. Oh man, this is going to take forever.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're evaluating real world expressions. It's so hard to say that.
I know, real world.
All right. What's an expression for the spending money, like money you have in your pocket, you have left after depositing 1/4 of your wages in savings? Wages is money you earn. All right. And then it says evaluate the expression for weekly wages of 40, 60, 80, and 100.
So guys, we don't worry about this part yet. We need to figure out an equation first, and then we'll plug in the 40, 60, 80, 100.
So what I know is I'm going to be subtracting 1/4 of my wages from my wages,
How do you know you're subtracting?
because it's telling me how much I have left.
Okay.
So I could go back to that chart from yesterday.
Yep, perfect.
All right, so subtract 1/4 of wages. So question number 1, what does 1/4 of wages mean to do? Well, it means I'm going
Of
to
means
multiply. And then I'm going to simplify that expression. It's going to be wages minus 1/4 times wages.
Perfect.
All right. Ooh. Nah, forget that. Don't do that. Let's look at the table.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to plug in everything where it says W. You're going to put a 40 for the first box.
So right here we have 40 minus 1/4, parenthesis 40.
And then once we solve that, using that calculator, what would we have left? 30.
30.
So 1/4 of 40 comes first. That's $10. 40 minus the $10 is $30. All right, I want you to pause the video, fill in the rest of your chart, and then we will uncover it. All right.
Perfect. So we should have plugged in 60, 80, and then 100. So we get those solved out to be 45, 60, 75.
All right, guys, tomorrow, oops, you need to do it. Tomorrow when you come to class, we need you to be ready to answer this question with your group. What is the order of operations? 8th grade language.
8th grade level.
You can't
okay?
write GEMDOS. You can't write, geez, excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You got to tell us what exactly it is.
You got it.
See you on the flip side.
Thanks.
Man.
Oh no, pause it.